Wind's really picking up today, so I'm probably not going to go for too much of a ride. Woo! I don't even know if you can hear me. It's hitting pretty hard. It's overcast, no sun, so the video is probably looking like poop too. Woo! Really windy day today. It's disappointing. I wanted to go for a long ride. I've been cooped up in my office, revamping it, painted it, and, remodeling it, put up new curtains and stuff. And so I really wanted to get out and ride today, but the weather looks like it's gonna rain or it's gonna snow soon, even though it's like 50 degrees outside right now. It's very windy. Oh well. They put up a cell phone tower. Good, because my cell phone reception over here sucks. Mods for my e-bike. I already have a motor purchased that I need to lace in. It's kind of seems like I've never laced in a wheel before, bike wheel at all, so I'm kind of dreading that. So it seems a little overwhelming. But then again, the wiring of a headlight and turn signals and horn and everything like that seemed like it would be overwhelming when I first was planning it, but it worked out pretty well. It was pretty easy. So I've been planning on the new motor and thinking about other things that I can do, other mods. I have plans on get in a new seat, I put down the RadRunner main seat to be flush with the passenger passage, and then scoop my seat to the back. It's way more comfortable than just the passenger or the driver's seat by itself. So I was planning on like a motorcycle seat or a cafe racer seat to switch out for this. So I've been looking online for those. There's a few companies that actually make custom seats, like OC Cafe Racer, which I was thinking about getting, but they're a little expensive. I know they're quality, handmade and leather, so obviously they're going to be more than some cheap Chinese crap. But I really don't feel like spending $170 on a seat if I'm not even sure I'm going to like it yet. Who knows? Let's go this way. Yep. I got as a birthday present a neat little thing. They're little stem caps that you put on your tires, and it monitors your PSI in both your front and back tires. I think they're for motorcycles, but well, I don't see why they wouldn't work on a e-bike. I haven't put those on yet, so those look cool. I got one of those little blinking Rad tail lights from Rad Power Bikes. I purchased it with some new brake pads because my rear brake, this is me pulling it down all the way. My rear brake somehow got contaminated, probably from riding all in the snow. I took it off, sanded down the pad, sanded down the rotor, and it's still doing that. So either I didn't sand it enough or it's jacked. So I got some new brake pads, ordered those from Rad. Tail light. I got Tannis armor also. Even though I really haven't had a lot of problems with flats as of late, I put slime in both the front and back, and on my front tire I had an old tube that I use as a liner and slime, and I even run over thorns, and I see thorns poking out my tires, but I still don't get flats. So I don't necessarily need the Tannis, but it's one of those nice things to have just in case. Since I got my dual battery, I've been going on longer rides where if I'm stuck with a flat, it's going to be way more painful to walk home, and, 20 miles away from where you're supposed to be living versus 5 miles, where when I had just the one battery I usually stayed, but 30 miles is my max range on just a single battery. But now that I got two batteries, I've gone 35 miles and still had half a battery left. So, yep, the battery does drain a lot faster on the lower half of the battery versus the upper half. So I would say maybe 45 miles at most I can probably get out of these. Hi, buddy. I got an extra 2 chargers, one for the Rad, and Rad actually sells a charger that works with my new battery, oddly enough, because it It is meant for the old style Rad Mini batteries that use the 3-prong. So I bought one of those from Rad, since heck, why not? So I got both chargers from them. They're both 2 amp, so they charge pretty slow, but yeah. But hey, why not? I like this little bike trail. I was looking online. Apparently this bike trail can go all the way down to Salt Lake from where I live. So I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll make a ride and go down there, you know, go to the zoo or something like that. How you doing? Go to the zoo and then charge up the batteries while I'm really paranoid about leaving my e-bike anywhere. Since there's so much theft on e-bikes and e-bike batteries, and such a high theft item and how expensive item. How you doing? That was a cute little dog. Ooh, jeez. A lot of trees here down this path. So a lot of roots uprooted. Excuse me. How you doing? Thought it would be warmer out, so I only put my hoodie on and no gloves. So I might have to slip my gloves on here in a second. It's getting a little chilly with the wind. How you doing? Oh, I'm on 2. Duckies. So yeah, sorry, back to mods. So seat, motor, I got the PSI, little monitors on the tires. How you doing? What else was I saying? Shoot. Tennis armor. I was thinking about getting different tires. I don't know if you can hear it now, since the wind is so loud in my ears. But normally when I'm riding, all I hear is motor, a little bit of wind. How you doing? And tires hitting the pavement constantly. So I was thinking about getting some street tires, like V's, Speedsters. I've seen several people on Reddit talk about them, and they look pretty cool. I don't know, I'm just always worried about getting new tires because I like to do a bit of off-roading, and I like the Rad tires because they're kind of all around. They work for everything. The checkerboard kind of grip. So they work really well with like off-roading. I went through like mud and dirt and snow, and they work really great. And then on pavement they work really great too. But I don't know, those V tires they're a lot quieter. And for some reason somebody said that your range is decreased just a little bit by using them. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe because they're more grippy. I don't know. I wanted to get bigger tires because 4-inch tires on like a RadRunner would look pretty cool. But fatter tires, I kind of like the look of sometimes when I've seen other RadRunners or either e-bikes in general with slimmer tires that kind of look like motorcycle tires, since they kind of look like little motorcycles or mopeds. A lot of the little dirt bikes, e-motorcycles like the Onyx and the Suron, they use slimmer tires too, which really look pretty cool. But then again, those look more like dirt bikes versus a motorcycle. So new tires, maybe. These ones work pretty well, so it's kind of like not a necessity. I really need to put that new brake on though, because it's right now most of your stopping power comes from the front brake. I think it says like 60-40. Most of the 60% of your stopping power comes from the front. Maybe it's 70-30, I don't know. But so I have a really good front brake. I sanded that down the rotor, not the pads, since they were fine, and they're stopping really well. But I will probably get bigger rotors once I put the new motor in there, since I'll probably be going faster. Ooh, it's windy. I'll be going faster. I'll need more stopping power. So like 203 millimeter rotors, put those on. That should help. I've seen hydraulic brakes, like a whole hydraulic brake levers and calipers for that you can sell, that you can buy, and maybe do something like that. I've seen like Maguras and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just bought new cables also from Rad, so it seems kind of silly to buy the cables and then immediately switch out for a hydraulic. What else am I planning? Even though I just put the turn signals rear and front on, they have the same style of turn signal, but with lights on the front, so like white LEDs, and then when you turn your turn signal on, they're yellow LED, and also in the rear, they're red LED for tail lights, and then when of course you turn your turn signal on, they switch over to yellow LED. I thought maybe switching those out, but then I'd have to wire some more, and then I don't know how you'd wire in the braking function for the rear ones with the existing brake levers. I've seen some people use like micro switches and attach them underneath the little brake lever. I don't know, that looks kind of slapped on there. I didn't really like the way that looked. So if there's a better way to do that, maybe somebody in the comments let me know. see that guy until the last second. Oh yeah, I got new grips too. I didn't put them on yet, but the kind of fake leather espresso grips that the RadRunner Plus comes with, I haven't really dig. I don't dislike them, but I don't know. I'm not in love with them. I got the Rad Comfort grips. I just made a whole big Rad order, if you haven't noticed. The comfort grips that are rubberized. They're like black and gray. So I bought those. I haven't put those on yet. I was really wanting a light to tighten down kind of grip versus the kind of grips that are just I don't know, that you can spin. I can't. It's escaped my mind at the moment of what they're exactly called, but there's ones that you can tighten down, and then there's the other ones that are just kind of like you squeeze on there. I've been looking into bar end mirrors. Bar end mirrors instead of the side mirror I have right now, just because when I put the headlight switch and tail or turn signal switch on there, I'm kind of running out of room on my head, my handlebars. And one of these days I'm going to ride through this field instead of on the paved path here. But yeah, regardless, bar end mirrors. Since right now half of my mirror is my shoulder and my arm, and so I can't really see what's exactly behind me unless I lean over a little bit or move my arm out of the way a little bit, just because it's the handle, the rear view mirror arm isn't long enough. So one of these days I'll switch those out. And I don't know, there's a bunch of other things I want to do. I love modifying my e-bike. And maybe when I get enough money, I'll buy a different e-bike, or I don't know. I've seen some YouTubers out there that get them sent to them to review. That would be sweet, but I doubt that will ever happen. But I wanted to get another new e-bike, like, I don't know, Super 73 or aerial rider. Those Grizzlies look pretty cool. There's another YouTuber I watch, Freddie McSkate. He just got a V2 aerial rider, and that looks pretty sweet. I like the dual motor. Oh, that just reminded me. I was thinking about maybe that would be one thing I could do in the future, is add a front hub motor. Seems pretty overkill, and more of like a speed hack, which once I get the 1,000-watt motor in there, I think I'm going to go plenty of speed anyway. As it is, I can already go pretty much like 25 miles per hour with the stock Rad motor, and then once I get the 1,000-watt in there, I'll probably get up to, I don't know, 28, 30 miles per hour at most. Maybe if I lose some weight. But yeah, I've been really enjoying modifying my Rad. and putting, like, painting it and making it look all cool. So kind of sad that I've done the majority of what I needed to do to it, or wanted to do to it, like put the headlights on and the controller ramp upgrade. There's, I guess, better controllers that you can get. I guess like the RadRunner I've heard people talk about on forums and such, for even more power out of the motors, e-bike motors. But that just goes, like I said before, like I'm already getting the speed that I want. Heck, I get away with the speed of just the stock rad motor. I ordered the motor, the 1,000-watt motor, way back in November, and the company I ordered it from, it barely got it to me in January. How you doing? Yeah, thanks. So it was kind of one of those things that I'm like, oh, I need more speed. I'm gonna order this motor. And then I rode for, I don't know, 500 miles. And I'm like, this motor's good enough for me. It's really, I know a lot of people complain about the stock rad power bikes motor because it's not a true 750. It's a 500 bumped up to 750 watts. Not a true 750. Just true. And it's kind of shady, especially when you can go to a different e-bike company that gives you a 750. And let's go this way. Unlock your bike from a class 2 to class 3 to get up to 28 miles per hour on a 750 watt motor. No problem with all stock controller, stock motor, stock display. But on a rad, with everything stock, 750 watt motor, and you quote unquote unlock the motor to do 25 miles per hour and it gets 23 miles per hour, which I thought was really weird. When I first unlocked this motor, unlocked this controller, bumped it to 25 miles per hour, that day I was getting 25 miles per hour. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is sweet. And then on that ride, I got a flat. My tire went flat. Came home. Well, I didn't know until I got home. Got home, put my bike away in the garage. Came out a couple days later. The bike tipped over because the tire went flat and it was imbalanced and fell over. What's up here? Is this a cemetery? There's another cemetery. A small one. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go around this Where was I? So the tire went flat. Oh crap, it was the rear tire too. I really didn't want to take it off and retube or patch or anything like that, because I didn't want to deal with having the rear motor taken off and wiring and everything like that. So I just put some slime in it. I slimed it and it worked fine. But then after that, I got 23 miles per hour after I unlocked, and like I said before, I was getting 25 miles per hour. And so I thought, oh, maybe the slime, because I put slime in the front and the back tires, maybe the slime is more weight on the tires and it's causing more resistance and yada yada. It's slowing me down. Weird. But I've read other places on Reddit and the RadRunner forum where the people experience the same thing. They unlock, goes 25, a week later goes 23, 22. And like, that's really weird. Which, like I said before, it's kind of shady. Hi. Ooh, moo cows. Kind of shady that Rad lets you have a bike that is capable of going faster, but from what I hear, they're let's see, where am I supposed to go? The way they manufacture, or they don't manufacture, the way they get their motors is that they aren't incapable of spinning faster than 25 miles per hour, which is weird because, like I said before, Hemingway has a 750 watt motor. You can unlock that bad boy, and Citizen Cycle unlocked his. Was it a Hemingway? I think it was a Hemingway. And he goes like 32 miles per hour on a regular old 750 watt motor. I think they have a 52 volt battery, so that could account for a few mile per hour difference, but regardless, I don't know. It's one of those things that you kind of have to expect. If you buy a class 2 bike, why are you upset that it's not a class 3? They never sold you a class 3 bike. And oh, yeah, I thought so. Up this way. That's cool. But I said, as I was talking about probably 10 minutes ago, 25, 24 miles per hour is more than enough really for me. And think anything more on, especially on bike paths, where you got, like, right now I got 2 kids and a mom in front of me. Hey, you shouldn't be zooming up and down these bike paths at 30 miles per hour, especially with a 250 pound guy and a 70 pound bike. That's just a recipe for disaster. I see enough YouTube videos of kids in Surons zooming around, no pedals, 3,000 watt motors on bike trails. They get stopped by the cops, and then they pull out this bullshit crap of, oh, this is a class 2 e-bike. I don't need pedals, and you can't stop me. I don't need license or insurance because it's a class 2. Dude, you know it's not a class 2. I know they're just having fun, but someone's gonna get hurt. Please clean up after your dogs. Oh. Which way should I go? I think that guy had an e-bike. I couldn't see what it was. Where am I? West Point. That makes sense. Bike trail ends here. And I don't see a spot where it picks up again. Hey, cow. Cow's looking at me. Oh, I thought he was gonna get up. No, he's just sitting there looking at me. I guess the cow's eyes are on the side of their head, so are they really looking at you if they're staring at you? I don't know. And trying to figure out where I'm going. Oh, maybe that's what that other guy on the e-bike was doing, just sitting there. He was lost too. Oh, you're good. Excuse me. Where am I going? Ah, okay. This makes me nervous. These are the main reasons why I would want a faster motor, is these roads that are 2-lane or a 1-lane, one-way, and no bike lane at all. So you're just kind of hoping somebody doesn't come up and smack you from behind. I really love these dual batteries. I really wish that I got a 52 volt. It'll irk a little bit more speed out, but the dual battery adapter that I got from Bolton, now Area 13, required both to be at the same voltage so they wouldn't work. I've seen other ones that sell them that will do different voltages, different batteries, amp hours, and they work just fine. But Bolton, I need to stop calling it Bolton, Area 13 seemed much more reliable as a retailer than some place that I don't recognize the name of. And if the controller goes out, where the switch goes out, and then I'm pretty sure Bolton's going to stand by their 1-year warranty versus some flash in the pan Chinese bike part distributor. Ugh. Oh, that's a nice car. El Camino, an old El Camino. I guess all El Caminos are pretty old because they don't make them anymore. But since I put the new batteries, the 2 batteries in at the same time, I get a slightly more voltage when they're both turned on. So slightly more speed and less voltage sag. There's a zebra in that well. I love roundabouts in a car. I hate roundabouts as a pedestrian or a bike, because people do not know how to use roundabouts. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I really like this park. Like I said, nice little memorial for fallen soldiers, or I think it's for fallen soldiers. I think those are names on there. What I didn't understand was those pillars, 5 pillars, have names of soldiers, apparently. Doesn't really explain it all that well. But the wall in the back there has huge lettering of the people who donated for it. Which seems kind of odd that the people who had donated have bigger, more, like, you know, bigger lettering and font than the actual people that we should be remembering and honoring. Gravel. Woo. My LCD screen is telling me it's 55 degrees outside, but that might be the motor temperature and not the ambient temperature outside. I should pretty doubt it that it's 55 degrees out here, because it was 54 when I left. It hasn't gotten warmer. So, I know I don't have a ton of viewers right now, or probably ever will, but most of my videos are me riding. And when I forget to take my microphone, it's just me riding down a bike trail and royalty-free music plays in the background. But if anybody wants to leave a comment and say like what kind of video they'd like to see that maybe pertains to e-bikes or the RadRunners, RadRunner Plus, or just rad power bikes in general. I don't want to be just a rad power bike channel, but it's kind of hard to break out of that kind of niche when you have a rad power bike. I know where I'm at. jump up on the sidewalk. This light's going to take a while, so I'll probably fast forward through it. Why is there a mailbox there? Yep, there it is. That's what that is. I'm gonna go up this way. See what's up here. It's another cemetery. And public restroom. And is this supposed to be a park? Or is this the restroom for the cemetery? Or is the trail technically parks and recreation type of thing, so they put a public restroom? I don't know. I'm a little confused. A lot of flowers out today. It looks like they're building something here. I have no clue what. Looks like something for a cemetery, like a lawnmower or something, lawn equipment stored in there. I don't know. It's a mystery. Brake is terrible. It's such a pain to switch out these things though. You gotta take off the whole caliper, switch out the pads, and then put the caliper back on and then adjust the brakes. Which for me, for some reason, it's just harder to do the brake adjustment on e-bikes, on disc brakes. So many trees here. The roots have really made the pavement crack, and there's little friggin' bumps there everywhere. And if maybe if this bike wasn't 70 pounds, well, more because the second battery. Maybe I could do a bunny hop. Maybe. My wife bought me a GoPro chest mount, but I haven't used it yet just because I have the little mount that I made for myself that attaches to the front of my bike that I'm been using ever since even I was using my phone as my primary camera. But probably gonna switch out to the chest mount soon. I'm just leery because I'm constantly either sitting up or leaning forward, depending on how I'm riding. And I don't want to be filming the asphalt flying by. I'm gonna have to find more bike trails around here. I think I've exhausted most of the ones that I know of, and then looked a few up on Google Maps. A lot of little smaller bike trails. Or I could just start riding on roads more. Especially on Sundays like today, there's not a lot of traffic, so it's not a big deal. Sundays in Utah are obviously a church day, so most of the LDS don't go out, and I should say most of the practicing LDS don't go out and go to stores. And what is with that? It's still stopping, but I don't know. These brakes are such a pain in the ass. Like I was saying earlier, anytime I take off my front wheel to repair a flat or do anything, you can't just pop it back on and be on your merry way. No, the brake has to be adjusted. So it's a whole ordeal of loosening the brake and tightening the brake and doing the little brake adjustment for any little thing has to do with the front wheel, the rear wheel as well. I've never really experienced that before because all the bikes I've ridden in my whole past, even when I was a kid to an adult, either used the pedal brakes where you know those where you pedal and then you reverse pedal to brake. When I was a kid, that's how our old crappy bikes used to be. And then you grow up and you get BMX bikes and you get mountain bikes, and those use lever brakes, but those lever brakes are little rubber clamps that clamp onto your rim and stop you that way. So this is the first time I've ever had disc brakes on a bike, so I'm not sure if that's just the way it is or for whatever reason Rad has brakes that constantly need adjustment. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Well, this is my home stretch. That's obnoxious. So yeah, I really appreciate if you stuck through this whole hour and 20-minute long video, because that's what my Strava is telling me that I've been riding. And listen to me ramble and get lost and find my way again. Thank you for for yeah, just for watching, sticking through. Like I said before, please leave a comment. Tell me like what kind of video you'd like to see. I'm trying to make more videos of like technical stuff, of like which accessories I like, or what all the mods I have on my bike. That's probably going to be one of my future videos too. Go through all my mods of like low-level mods of like, say, my phone holder. You know, I don't even think of that as really a mod, but more of a accessory that you add on to it. But phone holder to 35 amp controller to motor, like low, medium, high level upgrades. So yeah, I'm working on that one. Another video of how to get more speed out of your e-bike. Because I see that question a lot on forums and on Reddit of how do I get faster? How do I go faster? Can I upgrade my controller and go faster? No, you can't. Which is weird, because earlier I was talking about how you can only get up to like 25 miles per hour on the stock Rad controller or stock Rad motor. But I've heard other people say they unlocked their controller, their LCD screen for the stock motor, stock controller, and get up to 28 miles per hour. No, wait, sorry. They get 28 miles per hour with the 35 amp controller upgrade, which I call BS on, because that's never happened to me, even though the controller itself gives you the option of setting the max speed, which is 72 kilometers per hour, which I think was what, 40 miles per hour, which, hi buddy, there's no way in hell you're getting 28 miles per hour unless you weigh 100 pounds and you're going downhill. I definitely need to lose some weight though, because I can tell I don't get the speed I should because I weigh so much. It's kind of a dumb excuse for losing weight. Is I want to get my e-bike faster. And do one lap around what I call the small park. That other park I was at is what I call the big park. But yeah, sorry, tangent. Tell me what kind of videos you'd like to see. If you have any questions about Rad or about Rad bikes, I mean, I kind of know a lot about them. I'm trying to get more into other e-bikes like the Super 73 or the Onyx. That's not really an e-bike, but Spark, Aerial. Slow down for the little girl.
I like your bike.
Thanks. This park is always busy. It's always super busy. Whew. Oh, got a little. Well, I definitely need to adjust my brakes when I get home, because now they're making a grinding noise. Yeah, so I'll be doing that. Yeah, Super 73 aerial rider. I really like the moped style bikes. There's a lot of offshoot ones that it's just the Spark Cycle Works. They make actually like faster moped style bikes that are made to be registered with DMV, so that's cool. They're being more responsible than, like, say, the Surons are, where they just give kids a e-bike that can go 60 miles per hour and then say, hey, have at it and drive responsibly, because they sure won't. But yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like me rambling, then I'm sorry. I can't really do anything about that, because that's what happens when I ride around and get distracted easily. All right. Thanks. Bye.